Good morning, friends. So, in the last lectures, we studied simple stresses, problems related with the simple stresses, means the simple problems. So, that question, problems, small problems may be asked during the multiple choice questions. So, that's why today I starts. New article is the composite bar. So, in composite bar, composite means which is having materials more than one materials. So that materials are called as composite bars. So suppose this is a tube, this is copper tube, and this end is fixed, and inner tube is steel tube or steel rod. This is steel rod, and if this is copper tube, this is copper tube. So that's why these two materials are different materials, and suppose this is fixed end, and if we are applying here P force, so because of the P force, what will happen? Suppose L is the length of steel rod and copper tubes, or otherwise L1 is length of copper tube, L2 length of steel rod, A1 area of copper tube, and A2 area of steel rod. Young's modulus E1 is the Young's modulus or modulus of elasticity of copper tube, and E2 modulus of elasticity of steel rod. So here's total load is the P. Now suppose P1 is load shared by copper tube, and P2 load shared by steel rod. Now what happens? Because these loads shared by the two materials, so that's why P equal to P1 plus P2. So this is first equations, right? And here's now because of the such type of the loadings, what may be the change in length of the both materials, because that is same. So that's why we can write change in length of copper tube equal to change in length of steel rod. So that's why we can consider, so this is a copper tube, so that's why this is suppose delta L1 and this is delta L2. So actually these are both are same, so that's why you can consider this is delta L. But delta L1 equal to, as you know formula, this is P1 L1, or you can write PC LC. Otherwise I will change, this is LC LS AC AS EC ES PC and PS. So here's you can write this is equal to PC plus PS. You can use any notations. So PCLC equal to, otherwise you may be confused, P1 L1 A1 PL AE. This is equal to AC EC equal to PES LS AS ES or P2 L2 A2 E2. Now as you know, PC divided by AC or PS divided by AS, this is nothing but sigma SA, stress induced in the coppers, and this is LC divided by EC equal to, this is sigma S LS divided by ES. Now when if the both length are same, LC equal to LS equal to L. So this sigma C LC EC sigma S LS divided by ES. So this LC will get, and you will get relations sigma C equal to or sigma S equal to ES divided by EC into sigma C. So this is second equation. Now by using these equations, P equal to PS plus PC. So as you know, sigma S equal to, what is formula? PS divided by AS. So we can write PS equal to sigma S into AS. Similarly, sigma C equal to, because load divided by minimum cross sections and divided by, so PC equal to sigma C into AC. So that's why suppose this equations is the fourth equations and this is third equation, this is first equations and this is third equation. Now by putting value of PS and PC in equation first, because this is first equations, we consider this equation as a first equations. Now this equation becomes sigma S AS plus sigma C into AC. Now this load is known, so sigma S equal to, you can write, this is ES divided by EC multiplied by sigma C plus sigma C into AC. So here's only one unknown, and that is the sigma C, and this you can calculate. So this is final equations, this is fourth equations. So try to understand. This is procedures how we can calculate what are the stresses induced, or how much is the stress induced in the copper tube and how much is the stress induced in the steel rods. And after that we can miss by using these relations sigma C, by using relations, because E equal to sigma divided by strain, we can calculate. So what is the change in length, or by using this formula we can calculate the change in length. So this is procedure. Now you understand betterly how you can calculate the stresses induced in the composite materials, or how much is the each material shared the loads, and what are the stresses induced in the both material. So load may be tensile load may be compressive loads. So first we'll see tensile load, because easy. A steel rod, so note down, first problem, a steel rod of 20 mm diameter, 20 mm diameter, and this is rod, means this is solid, this is not tube, and 300 mm long, and 300 mm long is subjected or is enclosed centrally inside a copper tube, inside a hollow copper tube of external diameters of external diameter 30 mm and internal diameter of 25 mm. 5. The ends of the tubes, the ends of tube and rod are braced together. So means both are fixed in the two plates and that bracing. So because of that, so whatever may be the elongations, both materials same elongations, and composite bar are subjected and composite bar are subjected to an axial pull of axial pull of 40 kilonewton. Axial pull up of the 40 kilonewton. Find the stresses developed in the each rod. Find the stresses developed in each rod each rod and tube. Also find the extensions of the rod. Also find the extensions of the rod. Now take ES equal to 200 gigapascals and EC equal to I think 100 gigapascals. This is given. So first, according to the given data, so within 3-4 steps you will get answers. So this is a copper tube. Suppose this is a copper tube. External diameters 35 and internal diameters, this is equal to 25. Another steel rods, this is steel rod, and this diameter is equal to 25. Suppose this is steel rod. Now both are jointed together by using plates, and here's axial pull. So this pull equal to 40 kilonewton, and this length equal to, this length is given 300 mm, right? So first try to calculate AS equal to, so pi by 4, this is 20 squares, so this is 314.6 mm squares. AC equal to pi by 4. Now copper tube, this is hollow, so that's why 30 squares minus external diameter is 30 squares, internal diameter is 25 squares. This is equal to 900 minus 625 multiplied by pi divided by 4. This is equal to 215.98 mm squares. And this is clear. So what is the next steps? Now we have to equate delta L1 equal to delta L2, or this is LS or this is LC. So that's why now I can write PS, LS, AS, ES, PC, LC, AC and EC. So that's why length is same, this will get cancelled, and this PS divided by AS and this PC divided by AC. This is sigma C, this is sigma S, and this is EC. So that's why you will get a relation sigma S equal to ES divided by EC, and this is given ES 200 and this EC 100 gigapascals. So sigma S equal to 2 times sigma C. This is relations, you got this relations. So what is next steps? Now for next steps, total loads, and this is P equal to load shared by the steel rod and load shared by the copper tube. So this is given 40 kilonewtons, is 40,000. PS equal to, now you can write PS equal to sigma S AS and the sigma C into AC. So this is 40,000 equal to sigma S equal to 2 sigma C. You can write 2 sigma C. AS equal to 215, sorry, this is AC. AS equal to 314.6 sigma C, and this is 215.98. Suppose this is 216. Now you can take here common sigma C equal to, and this 2 multiplied by 3146. I will check this, 20 squares multiplied by 5 divided by 4, 314.15. This is actually 15. Right? Multiplied by 2 plus this is 216. So this is 844.31. Now sigma C equal to 40,000 divided by 844.31. So sigma C equal to this is 47.37 mega Pascal. So this is stress induced in the copper tube. So that's why stress induced in the steel rods, this is 2 times 47.37, because sigma S equal to 2 times sigma C. So that's why multiplied by 2 you will get this is 94.75 megapascals, right here in bracket tensile. Here also, because in the both materials the stress induced, that is tensile. So this is first bit. Our first answers. Now find the extensions above the rod. So here you can consider delta L equal to any relations sigma S into LS divided by ES, or sigma C LC divided by EC. Both are same. So sigma S equal to, because this is, we can consider sigma S equal to 94.75, length equal to 300, and this is 200 gigapascals. So that's why multiplied by 1000. Now delta L or delta LS equal to delta LC. Change in length equal to. So this is equal to 0.142 mm. So if you consider this equations or this formula, you will get same answers, right? So this is first problems. When the load is the tensile load, we will see next problems. In that problems, instead of the tensile load, if the compressive loads, so instead of this length increase, length will decrease, and the stress is induced in the both materials that are compressive nature. Note down this. A copper bar. Again, this is copper bar. No, this is copper bar. Means a copper bar 30 mm. 30 mm diameter is 30 mm diameter is rigidly connected at both ends to the inside of a to the inside of a steel tube. In the previous problems, steel rod, and that is enclosed in a copper tube. Now, copper bars and enclosed in a steel tube. 50 mm external diameters and 40 mm internal diameters. 50 mm external diameter and 40 mm internal diameter. The composite sections is then subjected to a compressive force, to an axial compressive force, to an axial compressive force of 120 kilo Newton. Find the stresses induced. Find the stresses induced and contraction. So what is the meaning of the contractions? Because change in length, that is decrease. So that's why here contraction is shrinkage. Contractions, this is not shrinkage. Shrinkage means due to the reductions above the temperatures. This is contractions because of the force over a length of over a length of 1.2 meter. Take E for copper. Take E for copper 100 gigapascal and E for steel 200 gigapascals. Now, so this internal diameters and this is change and this force is change. So this is copper, this is steel tube, and this is copper bar. So this copper bar diameters 35 and this steel tube internal diameters equal to 40 mm and this external diameters, this is 50 mm 5. Right. So first we will calculate AC pi by 4 because this is bar 30 squares. So this is solid. So that's why pi by 4 30 squares. AC equal to 700 something, 709. I will check this value. multiplied by pi divided by 4. Right, 706.8 mm squares. Similarly, area of cross sections for steel tube, because this is steel tube and this is hollow, so that's why pi by 4, 50 squares minus 40 squares. AS equal to 900 right, against you will get same value. Area of cross sections both are same in this case. Right, so it is next second step, delta LS equal to delta LC. So this is PS, LS, AS, ES, PC, LC, AC, EC. This will get cancelled, length, and this PS, AS and this PC, AC is nothing but sigma S divided by ES, and this is sigma C divided by EC. So again you will get same relation, sigma S equal to 2 sigma C, because AS equal to 200 gigapascals and AC equal to 100 gigapascals. Now these loads shared, compressive loads, and this loads is I think 120 kilonewton. This load is 120 kilonewtons. So that's why multiplied by 1000. This is kilonewton to Newton. PS sigma S into AS and sigma C into AC. Sigma S equal to this is 2 sigma C and this is in bracket AS plus AC. 2 sigma C AS AC equal to 706.8 plus 706.8. So this is 2 into or 4 into 706.8 multiplied by 4. So that's why sigma C equal to, you will get relations the 2827.2 sigma C equal to this is 42.44 megapascals. So this is 42.44 megapascals. So instead of the tensile, now this will get 42.44 multiplied by 2, 84.88, and nature of the force compressive. So that's why these stresses are compressive. We write in bracket compressive. This is also important. Now next step is the contractions over a length. So that's why you can use these relations and these contractions. So that's why sigma S equal to 84.88, length equal to 1.2 meters, this is given. ES 200 into 1000. So change in length delta LS and delta LC equal to 0.509 mm, and right here this is contraction. Means actually our final length equal to 1200 minus 0.509, and this is equal to 1199.49. This is final length, additional. This is additional bit. Now I think you understand what is mean of the. So again I will take another problems, and this is third problem. A copper rod. So this is a third problem. A copper rod, against this is copper rod, diameter 30 mm. A copper rod, third problem, a copper rod 30 mm diameter, and 40 mm in length, and 400 mm in length, is enclosed in a steel tube. Of internal diameter is 30 mm and thickness 10 mm. Of internal diameter 30 mm and thickness 10 mm. So try to understand. Thickness 10 mm means this is wall thickness. So external diameter of the steel tube, that is 50 mm, and are rigidly attached to act as a composite bar, and are rigidly attached to a composite bar. Bar is subjected to axial load of 200 kilonewton. This is tensile, or this is given. Find first beats load shared. So in the last beats means stasis induced. Now what is asked? Load shared by each material and second bit extensions, elongations above the composite bar, elongations of the composite bar. Take ES equal to, again this is same data, 200 gigapascals, and EC equal to 100 gigapascal. Now erase this. So during watching the videos, you can, if you confuse, you can repeat that parts, and if you have any doubts, you can clear that doubts. Otherwise, you can ask me freely. So this material, so in these problems, one steps is more because load shared. So first we have to calculate the stresses induced in the both materials, and after that we can calculate load shared by the each materials, and after that this is elongations above the composite bar. So this is suppose this is this material, this is steel tube, and this is copper rod, because internal diameters, and this is same, this is 35. Now external diameters, this is 400 mm length, so that's why this length equal to 400 mm. Now force apply, suppose this is braced at both ends, and this force apply, that is I think 200 kilonewton. This force is 200 kilonewton. Now this 10 mm thickness means this thickness is 10 mm. So this 10 mm, this 30, and this 10 mm. So that's why this external diameters becomes 50 mm. Why this is 50 mm? Because this is 10, 30 plus 10. Because this thickness is given. This thickness is 10 mm. So that's why this thickness is 10 mm. This thickness is 10 mm plus 30. This is 50. This is 10 plus 30 plus 10. Now you can understand betterly. Suppose this is different material. This material is different. So this material is different material, and this material is different. So that's why this is. Now what is first steps? First calculate area of cross sections, and this is steel tube. So that's why steel tube equal to pi by 4. External diameters 50 squares minus 30 squares. AS equal to 1256.63 mm squares. AC equal to pi by 4 30 squares. So AC equal to 706.85 mm squares. Again you have used that relations ELS, because change in length of the both material, that should be same. So that's why delta LS equal to delta LC. So this is PS ELS, AS ES, PC ELC, AC EC. Now since LS equal to LC, this will get cancelled, and this is sigma S divided by ES, sigma C divided by EC. So that's why can I write sigma S equal to ES divided by EC equal to sigma C. So again this is 200 divided by 100, because both are gigapascals. So that's why sigma S equal to 2 into sigma C. So this is, you got relations. Now total loads P, this is shared by both materials. So that's why 200 kilonewtons. PS equal to, we can write sigma S into AS, and this is sigma C into AC. So 2 lakhs equal to sigma S equal to 2 sigma C, AS equal to, this is 1256.53, right, because this is steel tube, right. Copper tube sigma C 706.85. Now take commons, sigma C in the bracket 2 into 1256.53 plus 85. This is 2 lakhs equal to sigma C. Three two 19.9 multiplied by, so this is sigma C equal to, you got 62.11 megapascals. Now sigma S equal to 2 times sigma C, so that's why multiplied by 2, 124.22 megapascals, and both are tensile. So this is, you got first answers. Actually this is load shared by each material. So load shared by each material equal to PS equal to, or you can use the relation sigma S equal to PS divided by AS, or sigma C and sigma C PC divided by AC, because both load that is to be calculated. So that's why PS equal to sigma S into AS, and this is sigma C or PC equal to sigma C into AC. Sigma S equal to 124.22, AS equal to 1256.63, PS equal to. So you will get approximately answers. Because some of the decimals, so this is 1380 Newton. Sorry. I think I did mistake. 1256.63, 156. So actually this is 156.09 kilonewton. Load shared by the steel material is more. PC equal to sigma C 62.11, AC 706.85, PC equal to this is equal to 43.902 kilonewtons. Now add these terms 156.09 and these terms, you will get 200 kilonewtons. Right? So that's why I said this is approximately. So this is your expected answers. Both load are tensile load. Now second bit, elongations of the bar. So that's why delta L equal to delta LS, delta LC. Use any relations. This is 124.22, length 400 mm, ES 200 into 1000. So this is actually increasing above the length. 124.22 multiplied by 400 divided by 200 divided by 1000. This is equal to 0.24844 mm. So this is your required answers. So due to the limitations about the times, today I will stop here, but don't worry, some of the important problems related with the composite bars, so that may be consume more one extra class, but I will take one another class that is based on the composite bars, and after completion of these composite bars we can start thermal stasis, and after that relationship between modulus of elasticity, modulus of rigidity, and modulus of the bulk modulus. So what is the relationship, that derivations I take, and we can complete this first unit chapters. Means within 4 class I will complete these chapters. If you have any doubts related with these chapters, you can ask me freely, but miss I will try to cover each and every point of the which is given in the syllabus, and the problems related with the important problems that are related with the and which are knowledgeable for you, that problems I am taking here, because limitations about the times we already consume more classes, because for each unit maximum I can give only 10 to 12 class. Actually, as per syllabus, for each unit I should take I think 8 classes, but I will engage near about 10 to 10 to 12 class for each units. Means 4 to 6 class I will more extra classes, which is beneficial for you. So that's why today I stop here, and we will continue remaining portions about the remaining problems about the composite bars. So these are the enclosed, and if the wire type of the problems, that we will see in the next class. So that's why today I stop here, and we will continue remaining problems about the composite bars in the next class. Thank you. Thank you.